Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your number one source for real estate advice online. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you have a moment, make sure you subscribe at my website down here, share my videos, and please leave a comment. And in this video, we're going to talk about the lottery auctions. Lottery auctions, what is that? So I'm going to tell you my experience with lottery auctions, and you can of course read up on that on Google or wherever else. But basically they're really cool. So incidentally, I went to this auction. It was a special assessment auction in Nevada, in Henderson, Nevada. And it was a special assessment on a couple of lots, properties. And what it is it's actually not property taxes, but special assessment taxes, just special taxes that are only assessed once in a while for maybe a road building or utility installation or something in the area or the neighborhood. Basically, every lot in the area is assessed a special assessment tax, and if those are unpaid over there in Nevada, they basically auction them off as unpaid. And there are lottery auctions. So what is a lottery auction? Incidentally, in the state of Nevada, right, they would have lottery auctions anyways. So what it is basically there is no upbidding. So the price is the price is already set, and you go to the auction and you basically sign up, and you get a number, and when your name gets called, basically they have a whole bunch of people that show up, and they all sit in the courtroom. Somebody sits in the front from the government and has like a, actually in this case it's not even the government, it's a company that conducts the sale, but you do have to be there in person. So you basically, when you come in, you give them your ID card, and they write down your information, your name, your address and all that, and they give you a number. When the property comes up, you have the first, if your number comes up out of your bidder number, you have first right of refusal to see if you want the property or not. If not, they do another drawing, another lottery drawing, and pick another number, and then they'll ask that person if they want the property or not. And it goes on with one main person, yes, and two alternates. So there's three numbers that are being drawn for each property, and then you basically if you're the first in line, all you have to do is show up by 2 p.m. and pay whatever the price is, and you got the property. And this is with a redemption period. In this case, I have to look up exactly the information, but I believe it was only a year, a year and a day or so. So, and there's an 18% interest rate. So if the person redeems, you get 18%. If they redeem, don't quote me, I gotta look that out, but there's an 18% interest rate basically during the redemption period if redemption is done prior to. And I want to say that it was allocated over the month, so amortized basically, so that you're only get the 18% at the very end. And let me just give you a recap of how that auction even went. There was a total of 4 properties that were auctioned off that day, and there was 57 bidders. I was one of the 57, and all 4 properties were sold. 2 of them were really bad ones. They were actually, I didn't do any due diligence, but my friends that were there, they basically said that the 2 properties that were really bad ones were just lots that went up on a hill. So it was like a bottom of a mountain or a hill. So what my friend was saying is, what if you have mountain goats, that's a good lot to have. So they weren't really particularly interested in those, but the first 2 were really good ones, and they both went for about $4,500, $5,000. The other 2 were not good. The cool thing about this is that if you, for example, are the first in line, but then you haven't really done your research, you haven't done due diligence, and you realized after the auction, after you already said yes with your number, that you really don't want this property because you made a mistake in due diligence and you kind of didn't quite figure out what exactly it is that you were buying, and so you changed your mind, then there's no penalty to you, and you're not going to get banned from the bidding in the future date or anything like that. You just don't go and pay. And what will happen is, because there was 2 alternate numbers that were pulled, the government official, or the company that actually works for the government officials conducting the auction, would just then call the second number in line and ask them if they wanted it, and then if they didn't want it, go to the third one. So eventually one of those 3 options are going to pay up and the property will be sold. So I went to this auction with my mentor friend, Paul, and he actually always has a bidding team there. So in total, out of the 57 people that were there, and this is how he teaches me how to skew things in his favor. He hired 20 of those. So half of the bidding pool were his people. Now, these are just people that he hires off of Craigslist or wherever, and I don't think even he knows who they all are. Instead, he has commissioned one of his tenants from his other properties to run the bidding team. She gets paid no matter what, they get paid no matter what, and basically he's got 20 numbers in the lottery, basically. So he ended up getting 3 out of the 4 properties that day, and he got the 2 bad ones. So there was 4 altogether, 2 good ones, 2 bad ones. He got 1 good one and 2 bad ones, and I believe. And oh no, I'm sorry, I take that back. So there was 2 good ones, 2 bad ones. He got the 2 bad ones, and the 1 good one went to his friend that was sitting next to me. So I should have registered right after him. It would have been me, but you know, that's how luck went. So he ended up buying those 2 really bad properties, and they went for really, really expensive. They went, I think the starting bid, or the only bid actually, the number was $200,000 or $300,000. And as we're leaving the auction, I asked him, I said, why did you tell your people to bid on those 2 properties? Being that he knew that they were bad properties, they were at the bottom of the hill, that they were really only useful for keeping mountain goats. I just have to laugh at. Why did he even buy them? So this is what he explained to me. He says when he goes to lottery auctions, he typically tries to buy everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Now, he will likely get everything because he has a large amount of people bidding for him at those auctions. But what he also has is a list of people that are interested in buying properties. And these are basically his background investors. So these background investors are interested in purchasing properties a lot of times for the interest. Sometimes just to keep the property and to sell it. It just depends, but they have different kind of investment goals, basically. And he has in his mix of investors people with different kinds of goals. People that want interest, people that want property, people that want land, people that might actually have, no kidding, mountain goats or something. So what he explained to me is, it doesn't matter that the properties may not be useful to him. What he does is he buys everything, and then he offers those properties up to his investors at a small charge up, maybe a couple $1,000s, however much it cost him to pay for his group of bidders, plus a little bit extra for himself. And he asked his investors basically, hey, you want any of these properties? Let me know by 1 p.m. today, because I gotta make payment by 2, or you gotta make payment by 2, one or the other. And so if he finds somebody that wants the property, well, he made a little bit quick cash there. He paid for his people. If nobody wants it, he just doesn't go and pay. And it doesn't matter, because he doesn't get penalized for it. And the property would just go to the next person in line. So this was my review of the very interesting lottery auction that I went to. I'm kind of really upset that I registered behind our friend. There was 3 of us that were going to this auction. well, 3 of us and one of my friends had 20 people behind him. So we were like the 3 main people sitting in the front, and everybody in the back were disciples. So it was kind of cool, but I should have registered after his friend because he's the one that got the one good property. Could have been me. Well, goes to show. Anyway, these auctions are every once in a while. They don't happen in Nevada. They don't happen at the same time. And I'm talking about Clark County now because I'm not talking about all of Nevada. I'm talking about Las Vegas, Henderson. So these auctions happen every once in a while. You don't have to register beforehand. You don't have to pay to register. There's no registration fee. You just show up that day and show your ID, basically. So I had a really good discussion with the person next to me, the person that did win the property. His name is Sam, by the way. And he is an older gentleman who has, many years ago, I guess, has become wealthy with other businesses, and he's still doing this kind of like as a hobby. So we had a really good discussion. I'm going to make some more videos about this because he gave me some good tips on how to be a better landlord. And that's always good for those of you that are actually landlords. But he actually also asked me about auctions here in Georgia and South Carolina. And I explained to him the upbidding and the redemption period and all that. I mean, amongst us tax sale foreclosure investors, we kind of understand the basics. And we're very curious to hear how there are differences in different states and different areas. And he basically said the lottery auctions are very, very popular. And he doesn't like going to the ones where the properties are upbid on price. Those are also the properties that actually generate overages, since we're talking about overages earlier. He likes the lottery auctions because the price is already set. And the other thing that I wanted to add, I remembered now, is the fact that in Nevada, in Clark County specifically, this company, I think it's amg.gov or .com or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to put the link at the bottom of this video. They are conducting the sales for the taxes, for the property taxes, as well as the special assessments. Because my question was, what if the auctions happen at the same time? Which one are you going to go to? Because they're both, good auctions, and they might be for the same property. And so my friend Paul explained they never happen at the same time because it's the same company that conducts these sales. That's not really an answer, but that's the answer that I got. So I think what you can do is you can actually go to their website and register with your email, and they will update you on when the sales are coming up, and they will be sending you emails with the properties. Now, mind you, as with every tax sale foreclosure auction, the property list changes all the way to the last minute, to the last date and the last minute, unless there's a cutoff date. I promised you guys a video on lottery auctions and my experience with them. Look it up. I think there's actually a Wikipedia article on it as well. And if you have any more questions about it, just shoot them my way. Best way, of course, is leave them at the bottom of this video. And if I can't get to it, maybe somebody else can answer as well. So I hope you have a great day investing. It's a beautiful day here in Savannah. The beginning of December, it's 71 degrees today. I'm right here at Daffin Park. I rode my bike here. I'm going to ride back to my house downtown and then head back to suburbia to take care of my children this evening. And I hope you have a great day investing, and subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, check out my audiobooks. My website is being redone right now, so you're gonna see a brand new look here soon. And I look forward to see you investing very, very successfully very soon. Have a great day.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.